In the shadowy recesses of the criminal underworld, few names inspire as much fear and awe as that of Tse Chi Lop. Known both as an underworld emperor and an elusive specter, his reputation precedes him, echoing across the globe. The magnitude of his alleged criminal empire is mind-boggling, spanning continents and generating billions, all while remaining a phantom. His name, whispered in hushed tones in the darkest corners of the world, is synonymous with power, danger, and an uncanny ability to evade the law. From Asia to Australia, from Europe to the Americas, law enforcement agencies have relentlessly pursued this enigmatic figure, their efforts often thwarted by his cunning and reach. Yet despite his global infamy, Tse Chi Lop remains an enigma, a figure shrouded in mystery and intrigue. From humble beginnings, Tse Chi Lop would rise to become one of the most feared figures in the criminal underworld. Born in 1963 in Guangzhou, China, Tse Chi Lop was a world away from his future as an alleged criminal kingpin. This humble beginning in southern China in the bustling metropolis of Guangzhou was where the story of Tse Chi Lop began. Growing up in a city famed for its vibrant economy and cultural diversity, young Tse was exposed to a world of stark contrasts, where wealth and poverty, tradition and innovation coexisted side by side. As a child, Tse was known as a bright, curious, and ambitious boy. He was the oldest of 3 siblings in a modest family. His father, a hardworking laborer, and his mother, a homemaker, did their best to provide for the children. Despite their efforts, the family's financial struggles were a constant presence in Tse's early life. As Tse grew older, he found himself drawn to the allure of a different life. The glitz and glamour of the city's wealthy elite, the fast cars, the luxurious mansions, the power and prestige, all seemed worlds away from his own reality. Yet it was this very allure that may have set him on a path towards the criminal underworld. During his teenage years, Tse began to experience the harsh realities of life, the struggle to make ends meet, the widening gap between the rich and the poor, and the allure of quick money started to shape his perspective. It was during these formative years that Tse began to navigate the shadowy corners of society, an exploration that would allegedly lead him to become one of the most notorious figures in the world of crime. Tse's story is not just one of personal ambition and alleged criminality. It is also a reflection of the societal pressures and economic disparities that can push individuals towards a life of crime. It's a tale that draws attention to the complex interplay between individual choices and societal forces. Yet it was these early years that would set the stage for Tse Chi Lop's rise in the underworld. His journey from the streets of Guangzhou to the alleged apex of a global criminal empire is a testament to the intricate web of circumstances that can shape a person's life. As Tse Chi Lop grew older, he found himself drawn into the shadowy world of crime and power. This is where our tale takes a dark turn into a labyrinth of illicit activities and clandestine operations. Tse Chi Lop's journey into the underworld was not a sudden plunge, but a gradual descent, marked by a series of choices and alliances that would eventually shape his destiny. Like many who find themselves entangled in the web of crime, Tse Chi Lop's initiation came through association. His connections with various individuals, some of whom were allegedly involved in criminal activities, opened the door to this underworld. It was a world where power and wealth could be attained swiftly, but not without risk. As Tse Chi Lop navigated this treacherous landscape, he began to amass power. His network grew, as did his influence. He is said to have built alliances with key figures in the criminal world, relationships that would form the foundation of his growing empire. This was not a kingdom built on land or wealth, but on control over illicit activities, a realm where fear and respect were the currency. Tse Chi Lop's alleged empire was not confined to a single location. It stretched across continents, its tendrils reaching into the dark corners of society. His operations were said to be vast and complex, involving numerous players and spanning across multiple countries. Such was the scale of his empire that it began to draw the attention of law enforcement agencies around the world. In this world of darkness and deceit, Tse Chi Lop emerged as a formidable figure. His rise to power was marked by cunning and ruthlessness, characteristics that would cement his reputation in the criminal underworld. But as his empire grew, so did the scrutiny. The eyes of the world were beginning to focus on Tse Chi Lop, sparking a global manhunt that would span decades. His story is a chilling reminder of the depths to which one can sink in the pursuit of power and wealth. The reach of Tse Chi Lop's alleged criminal empire was not confined to his homeland alone. His sphere of influence extended far beyond, touching every corner of the globe. From Asia to Australia, North America to Europe, his operations cast a wide and ominous shadow. Not just a kingpin, Tse Chi Lop was a master strategist, allegedly orchestrating a complex network of illicit trade routes. His products, often referred to as poison, flowed through these veins of his empire, infecting societies on a scale rarely seen before. In Australia, for instance, the impact was particularly significant. Authorities attributed a surge in drug-related crimes and addiction rates to the influx of narcotics, allegedly controlled by Tse's syndicate. Similarly, in North America and Europe, law enforcement agencies were kept on their toes, grappling with a menace that seemed to be growing faster than they could contain. The ripple effects of his operations were felt in escalating crime rates, stretched law enforcement resources, and the tragic toll on human lives caught in the crossfire of this underworld war. The web of Tse Chi Lop's empire was intricate and far-reaching. His operations allegedly fueled a multi-billion-dollar black market, undermining economies and destabilizing societies. His was a name that echoed in the corridors of power, causing discomfort and concern. Tse Chi Lop's influence, it seemed, knew no borders. His story serves as a chilling reminder of the devastating effects of unchecked criminal enterprises on a global scale. As Tse Chi Lop's power grew, so too did the efforts of global law enforcement agencies to bring him to justice. His alleged empire, sprawling across continents, presented an unparalleled challenge. But the relentless pursuit of justice knows no borders. Interpol, the FBI, and agencies from Australia to Thailand all set their sights on Tse. A multinational task force was formed, pooling resources and expertise to hunt down a man who had become a specter in the underworld. The hunt was not without its challenges. Jurisdictional disputes, language barriers, and the sheer scale of Tse's operation made progress painstakingly slow. Yet, every lead followed, every tip-off investigated, brought them closer to their elusive target. Slowly but surely, the threads began to unravel, revealing a clearer picture of Tse's operations. Raids on suspected hideouts, seizures of smuggled goods, and arrests of key players in Tse's network were testament to the law enforcement's relentless pursuit. Underneath it all was a resounding message: no one is above the law. Despite the immense power and influence Tse allegedly wielded, he was not untouchable. Every step taken by law enforcement was a step towards justice, a step towards dismantling a criminal empire that had held the world hostage for far too long. In the ceaseless pursuit of justice, the world watches and waits for the fall of Tse Chi Lop.